Welcome back to part 3 of the Blade Kitten playthrough. Here is our gift that we received from the merchant. And here is some saucy dialogue.
Bleached much? Smart ballad. Not smart enough to keep a hold of this though, are you? So long, you spotty noinks. Who's spotty?
Okay, so this is Newt. He runs faster than Kit and can jump higher. He also has this ability to headbutt rocks and break them. It's sort of like a mechanic that's going to be brought up whenever you have to go into caves or giant plains levels like this one. This is the first plains level. This Tauntaun dinosaur thingy works really well with it, in my opinion. I don't know. It helps you traverse the open environments and makes you really feel like you're there. It's a pretty good contrast to the large buildings that we're inside of, or the factories that we have to later go into, or the sewers, because you really feel like that these planes are there and moving through this giant landscape on, you know, our dinosaur thingy works pretty well. Here's going to be a common thing you have to do with Newt, is that he's not going to be able to get past those sewage pipes that are pouring down poison liquid, so you're going to have to go find a way to turn them off. In this case, we're going to have to break a generator using Skiffy. Yay. Dodge that guy. Alrighty. Let's hop back up on our Tauntaun and get out of here. I haven't actually brought those up yet, but those pink things that we keep passing by are checkpoints. So if you ever die, you are just going to respawn there. I believe I will be respawning there later on in this part. So much for the I don't die in this playthrough.
No.
So with Newt, you can jump and then at your highest point hit the Y button to dismount and jump again. It takes you off of Newt, but you jump really high into the air. I'm going to do it later on to get more hex. It's just another like addition to the platforming. So you can see me doing it there. That I feel like is really neat about this game. How Newt, you know, is kind of like the Yoshi, but a little bit less useful because he can't eat stuff. But you can use him for more platforming, which will be later on. This is just the introductory level to Newt. So the music is something I haven't brought up yet. The music has this very wilderness, jungle-like groove to it, kind of like Crash Bandicoot, except it's played with more techno-like sounds to give it that futuristic style. That's, you know, the type of style of the game, because it is like this sci-fi alien world. Right, and with Kit, if you're sprinting, same thing if you're riding Newt. While sprinting, you can jump, and you end up going a lot farther. I know that's like seems really obvious, but hey, some people just don't know things. Alright, now here's our official introduction to the explosive barrels. I might have used one or two of them before, but this is where they start becoming pretty prominent, as you can see. As usual, when you see red barrels in a video game, they blow up. This game is no different. But what you have to do in some situations, you have to find a way to knock barrels over and explode them. Those rockets can actually be deflected by your sword with timed sword attacks. I'm not skilled enough to do it, so I'm just going to take that hit and not take any damage. Because cheering on a bird thingy makes you immune to rockets. Yeah, they're not really much of a threat. As I've been saying, these guys aren't really that scary. We will come to a couple enemies later on that actually are pretty scary, at least to me, because they can kill you, they do pose a threat. The Solars, on the other hand, they really don't pose any threat at all. Especially because they have to charge up their gun. I like this level because it's like this mining operation type thing, like the solar base here, and then you also have it in contrast to the, you know, the plains that you run through with Newt. So it doesn't really feel like you're going through the same levels over and over again. Here we go, speaking of Newt. Nope. Skip your one to get Hex, instead of continuing on with the game. I guess now is as good a time as any. The Hex is varied in multiple colors. There's yellow Hex, which is 10. There's green Hex, which is 100. Blue Hex, which is 500? Yeah, 500. And red Hex, that is 1,000. So clearly, red is the most. These little squid cow things, they are, as you probably have noticed by now, you can bounce up and down on them. They're like little bouncy platforms that move. However, these red guys are little bouncy platforms that, if you are skilled enough, which I unfortunately am not, you can bounce off of while they're running towards you. But if you get in their way before jumping, they'll kill you. And that's no good. Alright, those little red spike ball thingies. I mean, they're just mines. But they're in groups, so they deal even more damage as each one explodes. That was close. And, you know, if you step on one, they explode. But the game's kind of glitchy in the fact that their hitbox is actually surprisingly small. So it is possible to land in the middle of a group of those spike mines and not have any of them explode. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing it in just a couple seconds. Here we go. This is our first, I don't want to call it a boss fight, it's more of like a boss encounter. It's not that hard. Oh, come on, that never works. Told you. As she flies away on her Jack and Daxter like scooter bike. So this, if you want to call it a fight, is essentially you have to keep on the same screen as Justice for a small amount of time while jumping over those red spike mines and dodging those grenades that she'll be throwing at us. I just got hit by one. And now I'm caught on like a log. That's it. You can't deal any damage to her. She doesn't have a health bar. You're just trying to avoid, you know, her grenades. And pick up money, because, why not? Like I said, with Hex you can always upgrade your health, your stamina, or your weapons. Yeah, this boss encounter is really easy. Not a lot of challenge to it. But then again, this game isn't very difficult.
Are we done here? My breaker key? Please? There. You know, you don't look anywhere near as good as you are. Thanks. I think. Oh, don't thank me yet.
Oh, pulled the old Looney Tunes give you the wrong thing trick.
Great. Just great. You know, little buddy. I think this is gonna
Alright, that's gonna be it for part 3, and I'll see you guys in part 4. Later.